Internet, so why don't you do it?
I'll do it, thanks. Okay, so it's March the 5th, 2026, special meeting of GBOS on the Housing Economic Development 2024 budget. Let's see, Girdwood Supervisors subject to Alaska Open Meetings Act, as found in Alaska Statute 44.62.310 and Anchorage Municipal Code 1.25, public meetings. Girdwood Board of Supervisors operates under Girdwood Public Meeting Standards of Conduct. Let's call to order at 12:01. Who would like to do the land acknowledgement? Or I can.
I can.
Thank you.
The Girdwood Board of Supervisors acknowledges the indigenous peoples of Alaska whose land we reside on. The community of Girdwood, situated between the areas known to be Dena'ina and Aluptic homeland, respects the people who were stewards of this land for generations. We commit to the continued stewardship of this land and are grateful to be a part of a wider community that seeks to maintain a sustainable use of Girdwood Valley for present and future peoples.
Thank you, Brianna. Kyle or Margaret, could you do the roll call, please?
Margaret, you want? I'll do it.
Sure. No, it's good. Either way.
Mike Edgington.
Present.
Brianna Sullivan.
Present.
Jennifer Wingard.
Present.
We do not have Kelly Ochnick or Brian Burnett at this time.
Yeah, Kelly's definitely excused.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm texting to Brian right now.
Okay, so we do have a quorum, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm not going to go through the announcements. There's no members of the public there. They're in the agenda. We have an upcoming meetings on using leaseback funding for capital projects. Let's dive straight into the agenda then. Budget changes. Kyle.
Yes. So thanks. I appreciate everybody getting together. So one thing post last meeting with GBOS where we approved the budgets is I kind of dove into this a little bit, and then meeting with Housing and Economic Group, I wanted the board to consider changing the budget for Housing and Economic. I'm going to share it here to raise it to 100,000 from the 40,000 that was approved at the last meeting, in anticipation of the housing study that the Housing and Economic Group is going to, it recommends to the GBOS. And the reason I do this now is the transfer from undesignated fund can be quite lengthy. And the transfer of $60,000 from that fund is quite a process, and I rather reserve the funds for larger capital use going forward. We don't have an audited budget yet for 24. They're still working through that, but I have one for 25. We have an estimate for 24, but it's not audited. So at this point in time, we have about close to 300,000 in the undesignated fund available out of 23, and the estimate we got is about 700,000 in there. But to move those funds, it does take quite a bit of work, and I feel like keeping those in reserve and then raising this up to the 100,000 and for the study. And what would that mean for the impact on the mill? So I'll bring that over, and I'm going to turn this back to 40,000. As you can see, we're estimating just under 5.4 mills with the way the budget is approved right now. And if I was to turn this into 100,000, that would raise it up to estimated 5.43 mills for with that increase. So overall, that would we'd be increasing the difference at 274,000 for the year. So anyways, I wanted to run that by you and see what you guys thought, and right now the window's closing on getting first quarter budgets in, so that's why I wanted to have the meeting this week.
Thank you. So to summarize the mill rate, then that's about $50 per $1 million assessment, or $5 per 100,000. That's the difference.
This difference.
Right. I'd entertain a motion to make this change.
I move to
Also
make this change. Oh, sorry, Jennifer.
sorry.
Thank you.
No, go
but I
ahead,
don't,
Brianna.
thanks. I don't want to say it wrong either, but to make the difference result in $274,478.
Right. So I think we can say it as to increase the housing and economic development budget to 100,000.
Yep.
Is that okay, Brianne?
Yes, that is
Okay.
great.
I'll second,
I'll
Jennifer.
second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
I just want to thank Kyle for bringing it this week to us and following the needs of the Housing and Economic Committee and the Q1 revisions for the Assembly.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle, for being on top of this. And I agree, this would be a lot simpler. We'd still have to actually approve the spending, so we still have a step in front of us to approve the spending, but this should make it easier and not require assembly action, etc. So
Correct. One less
this
assembly
would be-
step.
yeah, this should be faster. Any other
Can I,
discussion? Sorry, Jennifer, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to make sure that I caught all that. I don't have any issue with it, but I want to make sure I understand it. So am I understanding it's not necessarily that we think that this study might cost 100,000, it's that the process of pulling funds into the accessible budget area, into the accessible area is lengthy, and so it's best to have a cushion. Am I understanding that correctly? But we're not expecting the study to be 100,000.
No, we don't know what the study, the estimate right now is that the cap is 100,000. So we want to be prepared for it, but we don't know exactly until we put a RFP out for, and then see what we negotiate with that. So there, it might get to the point where the study comes back too expensive and we have to make a decision that maybe we're just not going to do the study, or we have to look at other options. But at this point in time, this is what we're estimating that the study should not exceed.
Yeah, just to nuance one point, Jennifer, I think while we could do it for less, I think the scope was increased a bit to include some pro forma work, and that probably puts it up to somewhere around about 100,000. So I think the expectation is it will cost about that. But what this does is it gives us effectively a hard cap of 100K. But GBOS still has to vote, still have a future vote to approve that spending. This is just to make it available. But the actual decision to go ahead with a project would be a future GBOS vote. So we're not approving the spending of the money, we're just approving the availability of the money today.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion?
Thank you for Kyle explaining that, and Mike.
Yep.
And Jennifer for your question.
Okay, so I think we're ready to vote. Let's do this as a roll call, please.
Sure. Jennifer Wingard,
Yes.
Brianna Sullivan,
Yes.
Mike Edgington.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
One more just quick
Okay.
topic for you guys while I have you here before you go. But this cold snap is now, if not on the same severity as the previous cold snap, and if not even worse. And we are now starting to see a lot more drainage. Almost daily during inspection, I'll wake up and we'll find 2 to 3 new issues out there, and then problems popping all over. I am approaching the administration again to see if we can once again get another emergency order so that we can have a backup steam truck down here like we have. I've tried to hold off on using that steam truck ever since about mid-February. But now that we've been on weeks upon weeks of cold weather, we're finding pipes are freezing right in the middle. And Western has been working here every day, but we're having a hard time keeping up. So I just want to get you aware that it could be another chunk of funding that which the board did approve with the last first quarter revisions, that we need to go and go that way. So we have a good storm coming in tonight. It's going to probably could bring a foot. followed by freezing rain right behind it, and then cold, and then we have a whole nother week of single digits and negative temperatures coming. So I see problems all over. It doesn't mean they haven't popped out and overflow, but I can see that they're coming. But we're just trying to keep up with what the stuff is actively happening out there. So once again, we're in it, and we need to get through it. And so, anyways, I just want to let you know that I'm pursuing that right now with the administration to see if we can make something happen through purchasing to get Alaska Northern Gravel to continue to be our backup steam truck.
Thank you. Can I ask a related question? Do you know what's the state? I know when we had our last meeting, you said there were further discussions on the potential extension of our current road contract another year. Do you think that's likely to happen, or are we going to hit this problem in April?
I think that's going to likely happen.
Okay.
I wrote them and let them know that Western was open to extending the contract for 6 to or another year. They were very cooperative, and so I sent that to leadership, but I have not got a response from them. And today I sent them an email asking for them to give me a call so we can have a group discussion on this, and we'll see. I'll bring that up when I talk with them.
Okay, so that's something we'll probably have on the March agenda. Thanks.
Yes. Yep. But otherwise, that's it for today.
Yeah. Any other questions
actually,
or any other issues? Please go ahead.
I have a question about the road situation. First of all, Kyle, is there any kind of timeline, or do you have any idea of how long it might take to get an answer about that?
I don't at this point. I'm hoping I get a return call today, and if I don't hear anything by 2, I'll be calling people. But I'm hoping. Last time we did it, they got it done pretty quickly. The question is, does the administration have the powers to extend or renew emergency order like that through purchasing? Because that allows them to avoid the Title VII purchasing requirements. So that's what they're probably trying to figure out an answer to that.
I have a follow-up question, if I may.
Go ahead,
Mike, did you have a question? Okay.
Yeah, I was just checking, Kyle. Kyle, that answer was about the steam truck, not about the road contract extension, correct?
Oh yes, steam truck. Sorry.
Yeah, steam truck. Right. Not the road contract extension for you. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Jennifer, go ahead.
That was my question. The other part of that question is that when we had the similar weather pattern previously, I suspect that it was harder on both staff and Western and everybody involved than maybe general public understood. And so I don't know if it's possible to answer this question, but I feel definitely want to ask it. I want to know if there's anything that either the community or GBOS or anybody else at all can do to help from the outside.
No, I appreciate that. It really comes down just to pieces of equipment and manpower. And so having those trucks there, we can make significant difference in hours. But it's a matter of having those trucks, having that piece of equipment there, in that aspect. And if anything grows where I'm getting roadblocks, GBOS always does a great job of being the political side and pushing things. So I will keep you informed if I'm running into issues there. But at this point, it's almost like just right now, I drove down to Lower Davos, and Ralph Brodine's place is the culvert's jumping there. And so I had to pull the guys off where they are right now on the hillside and bring them down there because it's going towards their house. So it's almost a daily to an hourly occurrence where we're making decisions about what to do. So yeah, it's a challenge out there. At this point, we're just, and I jokingly say this all the time, but I'm just praying for spring and warm weather so we can get through this. But we have I would say another 3 weeks to go.
What about 3 feet of snow? Would that help?
Well, the problem is that now we got all these culverts frozen, and then we got to dig them out. And so we were just over on Alyeska View, and we had to go down almost 2 feet to find the culvert, which we loved because it was insulated, but the middle section has exposure to the road, so the middle of the pipe froze. So it's just constant problems.
It's that the freezing's gone too deep, hasn't it? Really? Yeah.
It's gone too in and out.
Yeah, we're too late.
It's getting deeper. I mean, just weeks. We just had almost 14 days of negative temperatures every night.
Okay, just let us know if there's anything you need on the political side.
I will. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Um,
Kyle.
Anything else? Someone's just joining us.
Oh. No, nothing else on our side.
Okay. I think we do have I haven't got the agenda in front of me, but do we have a public comment
Yeah, let me
period
get that
since
out
it's
of
a
the
special
way.
meeting?
Go. Hang on.
I think I missed public comment on the agenda. I can share over here.
Well, I'll just offer it in case. I'm not sure who the
but-
person is who joined us. So. Yeah, so we'll just offer, we'll just say if anyone has public comment, now is the time. I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Brianna.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, thank
Thanks.
you very much. That was
See
very
ya.
efficient. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Yes.
you, Kyle and
Bye.
Margaret, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.